Privacy. What is privacy? The dictionary definition of privacy is freedom from unauthorized intrusion. But what does it mean really? Well, it is a person's ability to control how data pertaining to him or her can be controlled, used, and shared by someone else. You wouldn't want some random checking in on your private life, but with the way in which technology is being used today, that is exactly what's happening. Now that you know what privacy is, this video will explain to you the ways in which you are exposing yourself, examples of the biggest data breaches, and what you can do to help keep your data under control.
So now that we know what privacy is, let's touch on something that is very similar related to privacy, data security. So what is data security, you might ask? Data security is safeguarding and protecting digital data such as those in the database.
This is important because privacy is what allows people to maintain their individuality and autonomy, while data security is what allows people to feel safe and secure sharing their data on the web.
When your data is obtained in the wrong hands, it makes you susceptible to fraud and identity theft.
In terms of privacy, this can be used in things that you never actually consented to.
In fact, some of the biggest data breaches have occurred with companies you trust the most.
In early 2018, it was revealed that Facebook conspired with Cambridge Analytica and harvested data of millions of its users. The data was taken without their consent and used for political purposes all across the world. It was used in the 2016 presidential election, 2016 Brexit vote, and the 2018 Mexican election. In 2018, Under Armour's MyFitnessPal app had over 150 million accounts breached. Affected information included everything from email addresses to phone numbers and hashed password information. In 2019 of this year, it was revealed that this information is now being sold on the dark web.
Another example that actually includes the biggest data breach of all time took place with Yahoo. This occurred back in 2013, in which more than 3 billion users were affected. Information that was released in this data breach included names, telephone numbers, dates of births, encrypted passwords, but unencrypted security questions. This forced users to change their passwords. Keep in mind that more than half of people reuse an average of 5 passwords across work and personal accounts. Given all of these data and privacy breaches, here are some ways that you can safeguard and protect yourself so that you aren't vulnerable.
One way you can help protect yourself is to reduce the amount of information that you post online. If you don't want people knowing things like your height or your birthday, don't share them. A lot of times this information can be taken and used by companies, job interviews and such, and used against you in ways that you never really consented to.
Be aware of things like public Wi-Fi. Public Wi-Fi puts a lot of your information online at risk. This creates an opportunity for hackers to easily access unsecured devices on the same network. Ways to safeguard and protect against this are to use software such as VPNs, virtual private networks, which allow your data to be encrypted and secured.
Some other minor ways you can protect yourself include using things like multi-factor authentication whenever possible, making sure your browser is protected using things like uBlock, which is an extension that keeps away data-hungry malware, and also making sure your passwords are distinct and secure. Use things like numbers and special characters in order to make sure that hackers can't easily get into them. Some people are of the mindset that it doesn't really matter where their data ends up, whether they're using Facebook or Snapchat or Google. As long as they're getting a service for free, who could care? So how much privacy are people really willing to give up for their own safety and convenience? How important is it to you that what you share, or don't share for that matter, stays private? Well, only you can answer that.